Hey there, so a few of you have been asking how to make those paper flowers, so I'm going to show you an example on how I put this together. It's pretty simple. Let me show you what I'm using. So I have a book, sorry, Emily Bronte, a stencil in the shape of a flower. We've got some buttons. Let's see, I have a stamp pad. Close to cocoa, some embroidery thread, darning needles, scrap paper, scissors, and a pencil. Show us the pencil. And a pencil. So basically I picked this book up at the Goodwill for like $1 or 50 cents or something. So I'm going to rip out 3 pages because I really like this book and it's kind of fun when I'm making art pieces and sticking flowers and whatnot on that I'm using something that means a lot to me. So if you have like a lot of scrapbookers can have the hole punchers and all that sort of thing that you can actually get the flower shapes, but this is how I do it. So I'm just gonna do the shape of the flower stencil, whatever shape you have. And then I'm gonna use it as a guide. So I'm basically gonna cut out, so I mean, if you can cut them out without the stencil, that's fine too. So I have 3 pages here, and I'm not too worried about them being perfect. I kind of like them just being a little rustic looking. So this is actually going to be the back. Where I put the pattern is going to be the back. So I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to take my ink pad, and you can use any color. I kind of like using this brown color, kind of makes them look a little antique-y. You can put it along the edges.
Careful a little bit.
And I like to do it to all of them, all 3.
What's this button?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think we're going to use the pink ones.
Okay.
Kind of kick it up a notch. Okay, so I have them all sort of situated. I kind of just move them around so I have all them laid out. And then, at this point you can put a button on it or what have you. I kind of liked this little addition. So I have some of the scrap paper. So what I did was I turned it over and I used the pattern again to mark where the circle roughly would be, and then I just basically ripped it out. I mean, pretty simple.
All turned out how you don't want.
Oh, it's okay. So, this was a little, it was used for something in the past. So it just gives you a rough little center.
When you were a big kid or a little kid? A baby or a big kid?
So I like to sew paper with embroidery thread. And I just cut a little section out, and I use 2 pieces. I use 2 pieces of the embroidery thread, and I like to use these big needles, but what you need to check is whether or not the needle will fit through the hole of your button. So check that before you thread your needle. And then I just mark my center. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use these red heart, or these pink hearts. These are kind of fun today. So I put it through, and then I come back through, and I don't tie it until after I put the first through, and I just tie it in the back like you would tie a knot in anything. But I use enough so that when I run it through a couple more times, I have enough string to tie another knot. So, you know, I don't know if this is even necessary, but from years of putting on buttons, it seems like you run it through a couple of times. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to cut off. Oops. Maybe use sharper scissors. You cut off, and there you have it. Some paper flowers. So if you make any, post them. I'd love to see them. We'll catch you next time.